There we go. 7 seconds to go, they tell me, in the studio. And here we are, back on Most Wanted, live from London. Thank you for joining us this evening. You won't regret it, because now, special guest in the studio, our very first guest of 1993. Some great people from Scotland. Doesn't matter where they come from, they're a great band. Deacon Blue, Ricky Ross and Graeme. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And thank you for joining us. Our first guest of 93, I've just realised that. Now, you guys are back. Congratulations with your new single. It's, in fact, the most successful song you've ever had, isn't it? Your Town.
It's
chart-wise.
It seems to be not here, not in Britain. It isn't actually, but it seems to be heading that way European-wise, which is nice for us because that's something we wanted to do. It's certainly played a lot in the UK. It didn't go as high as some things we've done, but can't complain.
Can't complain. You mention it in the rest of Europe. You've always had, you've always been out there in Europe, haven't you? You've always toured there extensively.
Yeah.
Is there something you like particularly about the continent? Like the food?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the weather, yes, for one, and yeah, Spain's always been good. We've had a hit single there, a couple of hit singles there before. In fact, Dignity, the song that was just played before, it was a surprise hit single for us about 3-4 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
That's strange.
The first ever touring we did in Europe was in January, I always remember. And it was the first year, like we'd been aware of, being in a band, and it was January. And I remember being in Barcelona and sitting at a cafe in January. It was really sunny, and I was thinking, this is better than working. It was quite a nice experience.
Isn't that strange though, putting out a single and suddenly, like you said, Graeme, it suddenly turns up in some place and it's a hit?
Yeah.
Do you have to suddenly go out there and promote it on TV and stuff like that?
We were in Spain and we were doing this. It was Real Gone Kid and Dignity. They were linked up, A and B sided sort of thing.
Oh, right.
And the woman came in. We thought her English was very bad. She said, "So I want to do the interview with you and ask you how it feels to have a #1 single." And we were sort of kind of shuffling about, saying, "I'm sorry, But I think it's 29 or something like that." And it turned out that it was #1 and we hadn't actually been told. So
oh, great. So you fired someone when you got back. Now, you're back with this new single, Your Town, and most of last year you spent recording the new album. So what can we look forward to, and when? When is the new album out?
Well, this year, the end of March, hopefully. It seems like so long. We were just
beginning
talking,
of March.
Beginning of March.
Beginning of March.
We were just talking earlier. We were saying that some of the songs, have been around for such a long time. And the whole thing actually evolved over a very long period of time. But the bulk of it was done over about 6 weeks. We recorded in Oxford, in a place called the Manor, which used to belong to Richard Branson a long time ago. It was a very nice big old mansion out there, big old house.
Is that important? I mean, I know it's an old boring muso question, but I never asked it before. Is that important, the place you go to record?
It's more important is a place rather than the studio, usually. We sent a couple of the band out, they're not here actually, Dougie and Jim went out to find out studios, and they were going off with this big checklist, and they came back and said, well, there's this place, and then there's this place called the Manor, and you walk down the canal and you get to the pub, and I was going, suddenly all the musical stuff was out the window, the really important issues. And
the pub's
the cook seems to be really nice, there's a big dog there.
Well, it's the first time we've ever recorded in the summer as well. We usually try and find something really wet and cold in January.
For the inspiration.
Yeah. So that was a nice change.
How do you feel about the new album? I mean, because you've done the 3 albums now, it's a turning point for you.
It's a very different record. It's just very... I think we got to a point where we'd done everything we could do. We'd done a 3rd album with John Kelly, we did the first one. Really good fun doing it. We made the album that we wanted to make. We did all the musical things we could possibly have done. And then we thought, well, I certainly felt that we either had to kind of all go different ways or do something really new. And we were getting on really well. We were enjoying being in the band together. 6 of us were together. Probably it's longer than most people stay together. Most bands fall apart or kind of reconvene in some kind of way. And we hadn't fallen out. Seemed to be a good chance just to sort of to rip it all up and do something completely different. Get people in who are really going to kick our backside and do something new. So it's very different to get ready for something different.
What is that though that makes a band want to do that? I mean, if you could be cynical, I mean, if you've got a successful formula and you've written some great pop tunes, you just say, well, let's just keep doing the same. Why do you need to reinvent? What is it that drives you for that?
Do we have a formula?
I never gave you it. I give it to you, and then you never pass it.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, I think it's basically it's like anything else. It's meant to be good fun. What you're doing, it's it's a good fun job. If you start moaning about it, it's like when you go home and people say, what you do, and you say, oh well, I'm going to Europe to do it.
Oh yeah, no, never done.
And when you start getting into it, well, what is the point? If you're starting to feel that way about it, it's pretty stupid. Either you really enjoy doing what you're doing, and I think it seemed like, to us anyway, it seemed like a good chance to find out if we could actually move forward and do something new. It's not like we're forgetting how to do the things that we could do well. There's still good playing on it. I think there are great songs on it, and I think a lot of the good things about Deacon Blue are there, but it's just someone else has kind of pushed us forward. And I think it should be quite exciting, and that's I think what the record's
Do you
like.
even sit back and think and worry that your public are going to go with you? You make it for yourself first.
I did anyway.
Yeah,
I think we did in the early stages. Definitely, there was an element of that. But I don't think that you can actually make a record under those strictures. You can't sort of say, well, who's going to listen to this, and what fans are going to be disappointed and stuff. You only have to please yourself in the end. And if you do that, then that's always going to be the hardest test.
My dad even, I couldn't believe it. I thought, because we went around saying our relatives, and Lorraine was saying to our auntie, said, "Look, we've got a new record out, you hear it on the radio, but you won't like it." And our auntie sort of went, "It's all right, but I suppose it'll make you a bob or two, that's fine, So I said to him, I thought this is a good line to take, because my dad will like this, because he doesn't have MTV, so it's okay. So I said, "Look, we've got a new record out, you won't like it, but I think it looks like it's going to do well, it's got on the playlist and stuff like that." He said, "Oh." He phoned me up, I heard it in the shop. Very good rhythm section, very good. I had no idea what a rhythm section was.
You sure he heard your record?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Well, we'll put that to the test, of course, in March. So in March, the new album's out.
Yeah.
Tour?
Yeah, we're gonna tour in actually we're gonna do a couple. We're gonna do some things early on. I won't say what they are yet, but we're gonna tour in April. In the UK, and I hope that we're going to be a lot in Europe this year. Germany and Italy and Spain, France have been very nice to us. People have bought us a lot of meals and drinks over there, and we're going to come back and hopefully really do an extensive tour.
Excellent.
And hopefully Holland soon as well, by the way.
Excellent. So in the meantime, us lucky people in London can look forward to sort of secret gigs in April, is that it?
There'll be interesting things happening in March.
Okay,
even
all right.
sooner.
We'll look forward to that. And the new album. Ricky and Graeme, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And your most wanted video, funnily enough, is this great song from R.E.M., Man in the Moon. Join us later for more Most Wanted and Deacon Blue performing live acoustically. Don't go, Gibson. I'll be giving this away. We'll be talking to Angus Young on the phone in Amsterdam. He'll be watching and hopefully teach me an AC/DC chord or two. Mind you, there's only 2 chords in the whole of AC/DC's music, isn't there, Angus? So that's all your songs, really. And we'll be giving that away tomorrow. We'll be talking to Vanessa Warwick. We'll be talking to Angus Young. But for now, I'll leave you with some very fine music. Look out for their new album, released in March. What's the new album called, by the way?
Whatever you say, say nothing.
Whatever you say nothing. There you go. You heard it from Ricky Ross's mouth himself. Whatever you say nothing. The new Deacon Blue album out early March, according to Graeme. And they will be touring just after that somewhere. Yeah, this year, if they get it together. Somewhere in Europe, look out for Deacon Blue live, because that's where they really excel. The new album's out, the new single is out now, and here they are in a miniaturised version of Deacon Blue with an acoustic version of Your Town. Thanks for your time, and in your town, stay safe tonight. Join me tomorrow. Bye.
Wouldn't wanna be you, mostly not even near you. When you're gone, they will curse you, raise a tide against you. I no longer care now, but what you said was fair now. I just don't go there now. I just don't go. Maybe there's a way not to let it hurt. Cover up the words like you covered up the dirt. Ever since you left, it just gets worse. Living out in your town. Let's say it like it is. Just don't know where to begin. It's a different way of living. So strange to what we've been. First we speak for ourselves now, and people know who we are now. And we wake up and we live now. Yes, we wake up and we live. Maybe there's a way not to let it hurt. Telling out pictures and songs and words. Do what we should, not to make it worse. Living out in your town, living out in your town. Maybe there's a way not to make it worse, to tell it out in pictures and songs and words, to do what we should, not to let it hurt. Living out in your town, living out.